Hello, everybody. Welcome to the CCA. I am Astra, and I am joined here by.
Bio, hello. It is an honor to be here. Today we're going to be casting the incredible, one of the three sets that we are going to be seeing. Um, um, I'm sorry about that. FGCU play due to their unfortunate lack of matches this season. However, you all are in for a treat tonight. It will be three back-to-back matches all evening. And me and Astor here, we have the honor of casting the first one.
Yeah, it's gonna be some really interesting matches. We know not much about FGCU, but they do have Marsh, one of the top Splatoon players, and what seems to be three pretty new players. So it's gonna be very interesting how that team dynamic works. And we're going into Clam Blitz on Museum. Oh boy.
Definitely, we're seeing some pretty interesting comps come out. We are seeing the double splatling on the side of FGCU and a brush triple shooter comp on the side of UH Premier. Definitely, FGCU is definitely running something they don't really see a lot. Normally, double splatling doesn't quite work as well as you would expect, especially Zinc mini splatling with the heavy.
Right.
However, I do think they're going to make it work. We see this hammer come in from the left side by the
L3D.
L3D.
Gonna be a trade.
And that is a great trade. Definitely, and just playing this bottom left side.
It's just Marsh, but he gets one trade, and that's gonna be a wipeout on the side of FGCU. UH Premier going in, grabbing in clams.
Definitely, we're seeing just kind of we're seeing FGCU kind of scrambling a little bit. That hold from Marsh on that bottom left side was not quite enough, and we're just seeing FGCU trying to set up on their plat, hold space in mid. We're seeing this heavy splatling set up. They have Wave Breaker. Let's see if they can try to make an aggressive
specials popping
push.
out. The Crab trying to find a pick here. They do find the mini splatling, pushing the rest back to their basket with the trip strikes and the brush, but they don't have a clam build.
No, unfortunately not. They're popping a lot of specials, but they're not quite making the space nor the objective pushes that they need to. And UH Premier just kind of wasted those specials. They went two down. They're all just kind of recoiling all the way back to their plat. Look how much space they're giving up in mid, and FGCU are taking a pretty good advantage of that fact.
Right. And we're here a minute and a half into the game. Neither team has built a power clam yet, which is surprising. We're going to see this whale from the side trying to get something in, force their way through. Gets the pick on the heavy splatling, trying to find a second. Brush going in. Does find one, finds two. This is going to be a huge push for UH from you, taking the block, scoring the first points. No, they missed!
Not quite. That is an unfortunate collision with the pillow, and that will cause UH Premier to not be able to score that crucial first power clam. That is what they needed to start setting up a push. But with that pick on the brush and no clam scored, they're going to lose all the momentum that they have. All those picks, all those specials were for nothing. And we're seeing FGCU quickly coming back into mid and taking advantage of the fact that UH Premier were not able to snowball that push like they needed to.
But they do have 20 clams on the field. A lot of specials coming out both sides. Splash goes down on UH Premier. The brush trying to find a pick on the heavy. Not gonna find it. What's happening in the back line, though? UH Premier is going 3 down. Might go 4 down with this brush trying to create a distraction, trying to create space in the back line. Gonna jump out safely.
Definitely, I really like that play from the Ink Rush. Now, of course, they weren't very aware of what was happening to their team, and they kind of abandoned them a little bit. However, they made the best out of a bad situation. They stalled on FGCU's platform, and they just kept that heavy occupied for so long, and then once they had a death sentence, they jumped out right in the nick of time to conserve their special, and that's really useful as a skirmisher weapon such as Ink Rush. And now here we're seeing FGCU again trying to hold mid. We're seeing them play very patiently, very passively. This Zinc Mini doing a very aggressive bubble placement. Does get picked for it though. I'm not sure if that's going to get a lot of value. This Ink Rush playing very far back, just trying to conserve its life, trying to conserve its special. However, just as I say that, very clean pick from the heavy splat, and that is 2 down on the side of UH Premier. The L3D gets picked. I think they overextended a bit too much, trying to get some presence on the side of UH Premier's plat. However, again, as we have mentioned this game, there are no power clams being made. This Inker is going to come in with the dive alongside the 10 attack splatter shot, and they're going to get several picks, 3 down on the side of FGCU, and any momentum that they might have had is now down the drain.
Both teams finally have built a power clam with a minute left to play. Double trip strikes coming out, trying to find an opening to push in. I think they should just collapse on that right side, but no, they're just gonna go for the basket. Not gonna try to get... Oh, never mind, they get 2!
Very clean double kill from the 10-6 power shot. That is going to open them up to get the first crucial power climb, which I was telling you is so special. And it's only Marsh, like you said. They only have the power clam, and they're struggling to defend. That points are being put on the board on the side of UH Premier. Now, unfortunately, that will be the end of the push 2 going down the side of UH Premier. FGCU managing to take back their plat. Look at all that yellow. But again, a push to 54 is not something to scoff at. And especially with how passive these two teams are playing, struggling to make a push, this may be a great advantage for UH Premier. Howard, just
a lot of specials coming out, 2 down for FGCU.
Now, unfortunate push from FGCU. Great picks from Marsh coming out. They are now in an overtime scenario. It's all up to Marsh to make this hammer do all it can. Great pick. They're halfway
10 seconds left in the overtime, but that's going to be a full wipeout. It's going to be a huge comeback for FGCU has the clams to do this. 6 clams in. I don't know if that's enough. I think they might need... No, it's just enough. That last clam securing the lead.
That was an incredible comeback on the side of FGCU, especially that great clutch from Marth, being able to hold their plat for so long with that hammer, with those burst bombs, with those shots from the L3D. And just making so much space, making so much of a distraction, and not only that, also getting consistent picks, managed to give FGCU the opening they needed to make that overtime comeback.
Absolutely, that stamp was they couldn't shut down that stamp at the end, and last alive being brushed, they really can't do anything with that lack of range.
Oh, definitely. We just saw FGCU, even with that double splatling comp, which is not something you see a lot of. They were struggling a little bit with paint. However, they managed to make it work off of the raw aggression coming from Mars. And now we are going into game 2. We are having some technical difficulties on stream, folks. We're trying to get in the room again. However, this is a great opportunity for UH Premier to turn it around. Now we have a special treat for you guys. In this stream, we are going to be going into UH Premier's voice channel during game 2, so definitely stay tuned for that. We'll be announcing it in the middle of the match, but we hope you guys will enjoy that. It's going to be very hype hearing those players at their most excited in the heat of battle, and just hearing all their call outs, all their talking, and just kind of get a feel for what they're thinking in the match. And now here we're seeing us get set up for game 2, 1-0 on the side of FGCU Thunderbirds.
Absolutely. Do you think they're going to pull out Mini again?
I mean, there were definitely some very aggressive bubbles. I'm not sure if they were such a good idea, as they regularly got punished by UH Premier. However, since it did end up barely working in that last game, I do think they might give it another shot and see if it may work. It especially depends on this next map, which will be Splat Zones on Mako Mart. Zinc Mini might just work here with those aggressive bubbles, being able to take those stacks very effectively. However, the more important question is, will we see Mars stay on that L3D? It is not a very conventional weapon. What do you think, Aster?
I think it could be, it puts out a decent amount of paint. It's good fall off. A player like Marsh knows how to hit those fall off shots. But I'm wondering if we are gonna see something like a slosher, especially on Mako Mart, like maybe a dry slosher or a sloshing machine.
Oh, no. Oh, definitely. It's very, very exciting to see something like a Tri-Slosher Nouveau with those fizzy bombs, with that Tacticooler, and especially with those huge hitboxes to very easily clear those stacks, both with the sub weapon and the main weapon, is very effective on this map, just with how much raw space it can make, how much, and especially with bullying short range shooters, as a lot of short range shooters, unless you have pinpoint aim, struggle to deal with Tri-Sloshers. That is its main strength, and we see that exacerbated here on Mako Mark.
And with the cooler grab radius being increased, you like teammates don't have to like go as far. You can just place that like cooler on stack, and people don't even have to climb stack anymore to grab it. They can just go next to it, grab it, go out.
No, definitely, and especially on maps like these that have a lot of approach options. Tacticooler shines a lot since the team doesn't need to rely on another special such as Crab Tank to force their way in. They can take advantage of all the flank routes, all the different approach options, stuff like that, to fully take advantage of the mobility and raw aggressive power that Tacticooler gives the team. And if we see something like Tri-Slosher Nouveau come out here, we will definitely see whichever team plays it. We're just gonna have to see how well they play off of something like that. However, we're now going into Game 2, Splatzone's Makomar. Identical composition on the side of FGCU Thunderbirds, and a comp change on UH Premier. They're coming out with the crack on roller. I will say it does have its merits. That wide hitbox on the roller is very good for clearing stacks. The beacon's great for going back in, and especially that crack in a top tier special. And we are seeing this roller farm it on this right side of the map, going for a bit of a sharky playstyle, pushing the right stack very aggressively.
Marsh does see it, gets caught out, gets the pick, and what's happening in the backline? That might be a very fast wipeout.
Oh, definitely, and we just saw Marsh go for that great punish, especially since they were aware that their teammates were going to be able to deal with the rest of
that
UH
jump is
Premier.
going to get punished by the stamp. Another 2-down situation, and the points just keep ticking down. 55 remaining. UH Premier is in deep trouble.
Definitely, and you can see just the raw skill. You can definitely see the top level experience coming out from Mark here, knowing how far to extend, getting that fine line between not overextending but also putting out a lot of forward pressure. How would you like to say that is 3 down the side of FGCU Thunderbirds, and that will be a zone flip for UH Premier, buying them just a little bit more time. Let's see if they can set up a lockout as effective as FGCU's.
Very clutch cap there, and now that the UH Premier, they do have LDE if any of their teammates are running that, and we'll see how FGCU approaches the right side or the left side. Marsh getting one before getting taken down. 2 for 2. This zone needs to get neutralized now. Trip Strike's coming out, neutralizing the zone, and getting the zone flip, actually.
Yes, definitely. And we are just seeing this crack on rollers, doing a very good job of doing what roller does best, playing under those ledges, playing under those corners, playing around those spots where its wide hitboxes can shine. And we're seeing this mini go for some very aggressive plays. That is 3 down the side of UH Premier. FGCU Thunderbirds looking to make a comeback. They need to paint the zone though. This 10 attack splatter shot cannot be sharking. They need to paint the zone right now, and they kind of lost their opportunity. UHP Premier coming out, but never mind. FGCU Thunderbird managed to flip the zone, putting some more penalty on UH Premier. We're seeing this mini
massive flank, trying to get one, gets the fall off. But the Kraken, oh no!
Definitely, this Kraken going very deep.
The pick, but does push out the mini for the zone flip. Very good zoning, and might get this pick. Not quite. Roller hitboxes, my god.
Oh, definitely, you're just seeing this roll. Like I said, going for these aggressive plays. However, it's not quite enough. Mars is consistently shutting down that roller play with the main weapon, with the special, but specifically with that game sense, with that awareness of always
about to take lead
where that roller's going. And yes, like you said, UH Premier managed to sneak by that lead. FGCU may be able to flip it. However, they are now on the back foot. The pressure is now on FGCU to make something happen here, to strike gold and to get that comeback. Now there's only a little bit less than 2 minutes left. I'm not sure if I like this Neo Splash play, going very aggressively. Does manage to live with that tri-strike. Just get picked off though by the heavy splatling. So we're just seeing FGCU going for these very good lockouts. Another trade from the mini. This mini's doing a great job of flexing between support and frontline, which is what Mini excels at. We're seeing the Mini player do a great job of that.
Penalty about to expire, lead about to flip, and that is going to be the lead flip. FGCU takes back the lead, zone gets neutralized, but oh no, I think FGCU has really good map control now. This might be a KO.
Oh, definitely, and we just
Oh,
6
but the
points
trick strikes
remaining.
come out. It's just a heavy. I don't think. Oh, that's clutch. What a clutch wipeout. 6 points remaining and a minute left to play.
Definitely now Premier is in real deep trouble here. They are only have 1 minute remaining to make this comeback. It will definitely go into overtimes. Okay, and in this last minute, let's go check out the VCs on the side of Premier and see what they're going to be doing here to try and make that overtime comeback.
One the Bucks, low.
Yep.
Mini on left.
I got
One
back
right
now.
side.
Mini mid, mini mid. Throwing wave.
Alright, back up. Play for your life, play for your life. Keep zone painted.
I have one on left.
Looking right. Got the one right.
I got one down.
Stamp down, stamp
Nice,
down.
nice. Hey,
Keep the zone painted.
Hold it.
Hey, well played.
Damn.
I'm back.
Absolutely incredible comeback from the side of Premier. Did you see that, Aster? That raw enthusiasm and how they managed to do the correct play for their life, play for paint, and just play for just maintaining zone control. And they managed to not only get the lead in overtime, but also get the knockout scenario at the very end. That had me on the edge of my seat, I must say, Aster.
Absolutely, with such little time left, you have to stay cool. You have to know, what is my win condition? How do I win the game? You don't necessarily have to go for those splats. You can just paint the zone, maybe. Just make sure the stamp doesn't roll over your entire team, and that roller did a good job of, like, putting that chip on the stamp before they got in.
Oh, for sure. Now we're going to be seeing Premier putting themselves on the board 1-1, neck and neck against FGCU Thunderbirds. And let's see which team is going to be able to get out ahead here on Tower Control Eeltail Alley Game 3. What do you think we're going to be seeing here, Aster?
I mean, I would love to see Kraken Roller come out here. I am a Beacon supporter when it comes to TC. I think that it is the, if you're gonna run Beacons, Tower Control is the mode to run it on.
Oh, definitely. And I think we will also be seeing maybe some Blaster come out. This is one of the more Blaster-friendly maps in the game. So if one of the teams have a Blaster player, we may see them put that out here. Maybe Mars, maybe someone else. However, we are now going into Game 3 on Tower Control Eeltail Alley. Let's see what comps will come out here. The same exact comp that is thrice now
Luna
on the side of
and the
FGCU. But just like I said, both Crack on Roller and Luna Blaster coming out on the side of Premier.
Let's see. Yep. We got a substitution.
Yes, we have a substitution here on the side of, I believe that is Premier. However,
Yes.
we'll be right back, folks. We're going to be seeing what the issue is. Unfortunate game ender. However, we'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody, to after our very, very short break. We are now ready to roll now on game three sorry, tower control Eeltail Alley. There was a substitution being made, but which led to the premature ending of the previous game. However, we should be back on track now on game three between FGCU and UH Premier. Now, we already covered this, but what do you think we're going to see here after now seeing the different compositions coming out from both teams? What do you think we're going to see here?
Well, I'm just a guess, you know. FGCU, they're probably gonna just stick with what they know. They've done it for the last 2 games. Why change it now?
No, definitely. We're just seeing them play around that comp very, very well. And honestly, especially when you're in for the long haul, 3 sets in a row tonight, ladies and gentlemen, they will probably be more inclined to stick towards comfort picks and not really try something new, since they're gonna have to endure a lot of stuff. So might as well stick with what you know. Am I right? But now we are coming out here on game 3, tower control and Eeltail Alley, just like we predicted. FGCU sticking with their tried and true comp.
Whoa.
And a very interesting composition coming out on the side of UH Premier. Ballpoint, Nautilus, and Dualies. After that buff, you see a little bit, but not that much. But the main showstar here is the Ballpoint. After that Inkjet buff, it has seen some more use, but I'm not sure if it is still that common. Great trade from the Dualies on the Zinc and Splatling. However, it will be UH Premier here with the back foot. Well, this Marsh so consistently being able to just spearhead openings for their team, and you just see how FGCU Thunderbirds is doing such a great job of playing off of Marsh's aggression. Look at that!
Already have stamp back.
Incredible, and you just see them camp that landing. Oh, slight miss, but it does not matter. Marsh is going to get that back with authority, and just like that, we are less than a minute into the game, and the FGCU is already coming into knockout position. 20 points on the board.
This
Marsh
is
already
like
set up on that top left. Great aggressive position. That is 2 down inside of UH Premier. They might not even make it. And
wow.
And as fast as it started, FGCU take that map with dominance. 100-0 sweep, putting them now in the lead 2-0 against UH Premier. What a whiplash-inducing match. Am I right, Aster?
Marsh just got in there, popped stamp, got a pick, went in, kept going. It just kept going in. Moved that front line all the way into their spawn, and the tower was just coasting along pretty calmly without a problem.
Definitely. I just don't understand how Marsh is able to so consistently get those picks, get that space, just move all the way forward, making so many openings for their team to move in. It's such an effective playstyle that we're seeing Florida Gulf Coast take advantage of very, very well. However, we are now coming up on game 4 here. Rainmaker on Mincemeat Metalworks. This is definitely a very backline favored map. And when I say backline, I don't mean the typical heavy we've been seeing. I'm talking some of the heavy duty ones. Explosher, Hydra Splatling, E-Leader. Do you think we might see some of these players maybe flex onto one of those, Aster? Do you think?
I don't think so. Personally, I don't think that we will see a leader. Leader is kind of an endangered species sometimes, and on Rainmaker, it's a bit too risky. I think if you miss like one shot on Rainmaker, they're already like 20 points out.
Well, I'm not sure about that, about E-Leaders being rare. On this map, E-Leaders are very, very common, especially on zones. However, on Rainmaker, there may be quite an argument for something like a double crab or a crab and tri-strike comp like we just saw UH Premier come out with. However, again, like we've been saying, FGCU Thunderbird is gonna stick with this comp. I'm willing to bet cash money on it. They're going to stick with that tried and true 10 attack splatter shot, L3D, heavy splatling, and zinc mini splatling. They're going to stick with that until they die. They are very, very, very committed to the specific playstyle that the composition allows them to take advantage of. However, we're now going to game 4 on Mincemeat Metalworks between FGCU Thunderbirds and UH Premier. And yet again, like I said, same exact comp on the side of FGCU Thunderbirds and a quad
Yo, the friends?
shooter comp on the side of UH Premier. I thought we left this in Splatoon 2, man. I don't know. This is... Oh, man. I never expected I'd see
Interesting choice
this.
to run Super Chumps on Rainmaker for this.
Well, definitely, it is a bit unorthodox. I haven't seen a lot of Super Jump on this map since it is a relatively new special.
Oh, Marsh is
this
looking for
ends
that
up
stamp throw.
Make it work. Yeah, that Santa was very, very close.
The combination of Trip Strikes and the friends.
Two specials at a time.
Three.
Three of them. However, they managed to get the picks to make up for it. There's
They're
only one
going
left on the
left?
enemy plat. Not quite. They're going to rotate right quickly. That was more of a decoy. Let's see if they can get this checkpoint, which is very crucial on this map. They do manage to get it, and they don't even trade.
Toxicness comes out, and the
However,
Wave Breaker
down
heavy.
on the side of FGCU Thunderbirds. UH Premier already has that crucial checkpoint. They're not going to get much more, but for an opening push, that is definitely worth it in my opinion. That checkpoint is so important on this map to get something started. It's such a momentum killer due to how just enclosed this map is and how little movement options it has. How
Snap coming out, finding one. Not finding...
Coming out.
Oh, finding two. Finding three, maybe? Not quite, but that's going to open up the path for FGCU to get this checkpoint, hopefully. Trip Strike's coming out. Going to find one, maybe? Not quite.
Not quite. That's two down the side of UH Premier, though. Oh, that's two. No, not quite. They're going to get a jump in. It's going to get camped. And that will be a push shut down for FGCU Thunderbirds. Not quite able to get that same push that UH Premier pulled off at the beginning. Triple Treasure coming out. Tech Splatter Shop trying to make something happen here. Gonna get shut down by the heavy, though, on that staple backline position. I'm not sure if that was a worthy push for that Tech Splatter Shop Master. I'm not sure if that was a good idea. The great bubble, though, it's gonna give them some space on that right truck and just give them some space to breathe, paint mid, pop up and pop the Rainmaker shield. However, just as I say that, the Zimmy Splatling gets the Rainmaker, runs it all the way to the left. I'm not sure if that was a good idea. And we're just seeing FGCU Thunderbirds kind of scrambling a little bit, trying to hold mid, but also trying to make an opening for themselves, which they're not quite being able to pull out of UH Premier's defense.
Specials coming out. A lot of bombs coming out, though. And from the wall, doesn't matter if he's marked. He's just going to go straight in and get those 2 kills.
Definitely, that is the strength of UH Premier's comp. They're very, very fast. However, just like that, it is 3 down. This is the opportunity that FGCU Thunderbirds have been waiting for. They might be able to get this checkpoint just there. They managed to get it, and that is now the main lead that UH Premier had over FGCU Thunderbirds is gone. Although they still have the lead, it is a very slim one. The main obstacle for FGCU Thunderbirds, that checkpoint is now
fast
gone.
pop.
Marsh trying to get that, and then to get to the lead. Incredible jump from Marsh, securing a very comfortable lead of 24. That may just be the game-winning play right there from Marsh. And UH Premier are going to struggle to push it that far on this map.
They pick it up again?
Another run from the semi-spiraling is going to keep it all the way in UH Premier's plat. They are going to push it off, but the damage is done, and FGCU Thunderbirds have a very comfortable lead of 24. We're going to see if they're going to be able to hold this position and this lead for just over a minute longer.
Absolutely, and they're trying to take it through this right section. The Stamp does find a pick and gonna trade with the Rainmaker. 2v3 though, it's not looking great for UH Premier. Special economy also in FGCU's favor.
Oh, definitely. However, just as we reach the 1 minute mark, I'm very interested in seeing what FGCU Thunderbirds are cooking up to try and find a good defense for them, since UH Premier, the problem with quad shooter comps is that they're very volatile. They may be able to find a quick push here, especially with that crab tank. So we are now going to be shifting over to FGCU Thunderbirds voice channel to see what they are talking of and thinking of.
I'm gonna back up a little bit. I'm gonna throw Wave Breaker down below.
Oh, the bomb's at me.
They jump.
Okay.
They jump back, I think.
They might try to grab it. Okay.
Alright, I got him. We almost got less than 20
Just leave
seconds,
Rainmaker to
so-
reset. Don't
Yeah.
grab Rainmaker. Don't grab Rainmaker.
They're crabbing up top.
Just ignore the crab. Ignore the crab. They can't do anything.
Okay.
Fix the reset.
I'm down below. Ooh,
Yeah,
I'm almost
I'm down here.
Just paint.
So left.
Front at me.
That's okay that you died, Ronald.
Yeah.
They're gonna pop it.
Okay, I'm gonna get high ground. Okay,
Okay,
they chumped. I'm kind of low.
Yeah,
we got someone
yeah.
flanking.
What the fuck? Kill me, dude.
Behind. Okay.
Push him back. Push him back.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice. Good
nice.
stuff. Good stuff.
I was going for style. I'm gonna be honest.
Very, very clean shutdown of that overtime by FGCU.
Oh, definitely. And that was, I'm not gonna lie, I expected, I was expecting a very fierce push, especially when UH Premier managed to get those clean picks at the start, popping specials, making space for themselves. However, FGCU Thunderbirds stayed cool, farmed specials, spammed bombs, and managed to pick that Rainmaker with that crucial hammer throw, like you mentioned, Asher. That was a great defense from FGCU Thunderbirds. And we are now seeing them go, I believe that is 3-1 against UH Premier. Very impressive showing. And I believe this is match point for FGCU. In fact, UH Premier are going to have to step it up on this Game 5. Clam Blitz on Inkblot Art Academy. Now, this is probably becoming a recurring theme, but aside from FGCU's staple comp, what do you think we're going to see here on the side of UH Premier, Vassar?
I think we might see a Kraken. We might see Reef Slider, honestly, with that buff.
Oh, possibly.
I would love to see either of those as really good entry tools. But what I would love to see even more would be I want to see Inkjet return.
Oh,
Like this is a very fun Splatoon 2 Inkjet map, so I want to see it come back.
Definitely. It's very possible UH Premier might be, given that they're scrambling a little bit, trying to find something to work against FGCU Thunderbirds' raw power. They may be able to, they may be up to try that Octobrush ballpoint Splatling comp once again and see if they can maybe make it work on this map. However, they're going to have to figure something out quick since this is match point for FGCU. Wait, I'm sorry about that, folks. Wait, it's best of...
Wait, this is best of 7, right? Oh, is it 9?
Best of 7.
7. Yeah, this isn't Ludi.
Yeah, we're sorry about that, folks. Your casters do not know the basic rules of this format, but no worries. It is in fact match point for FGCU Thunderbirds, and like I said, UH Premier are on thin ice here. If they don't manage to make something work here, that will be the set for FGCU Thunderbirds.
And we're going into Game 5, Clam Blitz on Inkblot Academy, and we're going to see same comp coming up from FGCU. And we see an Ink Brush and just 3 guns.
Have 3 shooters. They may be trying to go for a hybrid of what we saw in the first or second game, Clam Blitz on Museum. They may be seeing this brush as a Clam Blitz nation. We're gonna have to see if they can play off of it. Inkbrush is very, very good at distracting, maybe to look for follow-up from that 52 gal.
UH Premier is already just stuck in their plat. They didn't really get mid or any pushed out. They just played passive, looking for some special points, popping their crab and finding 2 actually.
Oh, definitely. This crab is going to get a lot of value. All of mid is blue in the color of UH Premier, managing to get an introductory power clam into the basket. Going to be opening it up. I'm not sure if that was worth it, though, if they're not going to score any more points. That's just going to be a free pity clam for FGCU Thunderbirds. And especially since they already have another power clam, they're going to be set up for a very, very good push if they can make some space in mid and establish
trying to get on Churro, gets the trade at
Premiers.
least.
Definitely, this Zimmy with a very aggressive bubble, and like I was saying, all they needed was to put some pressure and establish themselves on the enemy plot. However, just as I say that is 2 down on the side of FGCU Thunderbirds. UH Premier managing to make a good defense and leave FGCU reeling all the way back to their plat. And like I said, look at mid. It is being contested strongly by both sides, but it is being slowly flipped to blue. UH Premier are doing a great job of slowly pushing forward, just kind of boiling the water a little bit, not letting FGCU move, and slowly taking space for themselves one bit at a time.
They're passing some clams, trying to build that power, but someone's behind them. Power does make it in. They do have 4 clams to maybe try to get it in. They do. 61 remaining, but they do get wiped.
I'm not sure if that was worth it on the side of UH Premier. That was a wipeout only for 61 points.
And the stamps coming in. Marsh trying to make plays. Doesn't find 1, but 2 go down anyways. 3 goes down, made some great space for his teammates to just absolutely shred.
Definitely, and just like that, that is lead on the side of FGCU. UH Premier struggling to make that defense after that almost wipeout. However, just like I say, that is straight on the side of FGCU, and rest assured, the push will be over. And UH Premier are only going to have to be dealing with a lead of 45. This is still definitely comebackable. They can definitely make a good push here, use their resources, use their specials wisely, pace them correctly, and just find a good opening to move into FGCU's plat. However, and that may be the opening. FGCU's star player Marsh goes down. That's 3 down on the side of FGCU. That's a wipeout. They're going
Someone
to
grab the
really
pity.
fast. Go, 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 go. Make a power clam. Make a power clam, please. No, 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 no. Just not quite, not quite. No.
They do make it in.
one.
Well, they don't get the second one in though. The second
Not
is so far away. But
quite.
Churros a jump. If soon, they don't call it out.
Not quite able to jump, just a few points shy of the lead. FG's Thunderbirds managing to hold on by their fingernails and actually setting up a counter push here. They already have a clam out their basket.
They're gonna grab
go for
the pity.
jump. They're gonna go for the jump. Are they going to score?
A little bit far.
Maybe.
Gonna
Yeah,
get
just
camped.
a little bit too far. Gets camped by that 52. Now, again, they did not get any more points on the board. It is still at a static 45, and the penalty for UH Premier is quite low. This, again, is comebackable. They can make a good push like they did last time and get some power clams, get some power clam jumps in, and easily take lead. They only have a lead of 13. In fact, just 1 power clam will secure them the lead. So this shark from the 10 attack might be able to make something work. Gets a pick on the Zimmy. That
They
is
do have another power
instant
clam
lead
ready.
for
Coming
UH
through
Premier.
slick. Noom, Brushko Noom gets the power clam and gets another 20 points. 22 to 45.
That was an absolutely incredible play from the Brush, managing to sneak through FGCU's plat and managing to get that possibly game-winning power clam. FGCU, again, struggling to now deal with this sudden upset. Trades
You
with
don't
the
want to
10
be
attack.
trading. And the Brush gets
Exactly.
another.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was worth it. You don't want to be trading at this point in the game, especially if you're defending. Oh, no,
Especially
sorry,
if you're Marsh.
attacking. Yeah, especially if you're Marsh. You need to be putting out that raw frontline pressure that your team is relying on. And UH Premier, they're just happy staying on this plot, spamming bombs. They're not risking their life.
But it's
They're
a
not
little
risking
risky.
any picks.
22
Better-
clams on that side of FGCU and a beautiful triple with the snap. Doesn't find the third, but does get the wipeout. That might be the game in overtime, and FGCU takes the set in overtime.
Absolutely incredible play. This is now twice that Marsh has made that overtime play that was needed. First on Clam Blitz, Museum de Alfonsino, and now on Inkblot Art Academy Clam Blitz. That is 2 times now. He is the clutch GOAT, as they would say. That was an incredible showing on the side of Marsh, spearheading their team all the way to a 4-1 victory over UH Premier. However, don't leave quite yet, folks. There is a possibility of the famous tradition here at CCA of going through all 7 games and just being a good sport and playing all 7 games to give the other team some more gameplay. Now, we will most likely see this, seeing as they have not left the room yet, and we are now gearing up for a game 6.
Absolutely. And you know, it's not like it's not gonna go down in the books as like, taking another game off, but UH Premier, if they do take another, it's gonna be fun.
Definitely.
Oh, no play all 7, it seems. I see.
Oh, that is unfortunate. However, to be fair, I would not want to do a playoff 7 if I was FGCU. They are again in for the long haul. They have 2 more matches tonight, folks. So they're probably conserving every ounce of energy that they can. They are content with this 4-1 win over UH Premier. So that will most likely be the end of the set. That will wish a great games, great plays from all players involved, and that is a final score of 4-1 on Florida Gulf Coast University Thunderbirds. Now, as we wrap up here, Aster, where can we find you?
The good people can find me on Twitter at SplatAster. And where can they find you, Bio?
Well, you can normally find me on Twitter as well, at bio__29. And it was I had a great time casting with you, Aster. This was a heck of a set to have on stream. Those great comebacks from both teams really made the experience worth it. So thank you all of you for tuning in. We have 2 more matches this evening at 9 and 10 p.m. EST. So stay tuned.